Hey, I'm Robert. I'm gonna share some strategies for streamer fishing, ways that you can make your streamer fishing more effective. We're in a windy and cold Iceland. This is the lower parts of Geirlandsá at Battle Hill Lodge. What I'm fishing with today is a single-handed 7-weight rod, floating line, and then a long tapered leader. And with this setup, we can be very versatile. I'm happy in many different fishing scenarios, in still water and in rivers, to just fish a floating line. If you just lengthen your leader, you can fish all the way from high up in the surface to way down at the bottom by just adjusting the weight of the fly and what type of fly you use. So we have just a small little like glitter fly here. Very basic stuff called the Krellex fly. Like a clouser but with just synthetic flash. When we present the streamer here into the water in front of the fish, there is basically two different presentations we do. One is that you throw out and let it swing with the current. The other one is that during the swing, then we strip it home. I would say, after doing streamer fishing for many years, there is often a sweet spot in the speed that you need to find. And then I don't talk about the speed that the line is swinging or the speed that you're retrieving. It is the speed that the fly is moving in parallel to the fish, like how the fish sees it. So it can be a big difference if you have a strong current, you throw 90 degrees across, you will have a fast sweep of the fly. And if you do the same in a slow current, the fly will move very slow. So it's good to be analyzing when you're fishing, like what you're doing, what is your, like what did you do when you had a strike, and where do you typically get your strikes? Because streamer fishing, if you get good at it, it should be effective in both fast water to slow water to shallow water to deep water. You just have to adjust it. Of course, sometimes it's not ideal with streamer fishing. Maybe you need to change your nymph or whatever, but in general, it should be pretty versatile, that you can present a streamer in many different types of water and catch fish. That's the interesting thing about it. I love streamer fishing. It's my biggest passion. In faster water, the difference is that you can either maybe to get to that sweet spot where you normally catch fish, the speed of the fly, you may slow it down by casting a less steep angle and hold the outer rod a little bit more in the current. I don't do so much of upstream mending, but we're gonna talk about that more when we get into the fishing, because I feel an upstream mend is more of a setup to save when the fly is gonna fish to a later stage. Because I use the term of that the fly is swimming or that you're just like mending. Let me explain that when we get out into the water. Here we have the camera pointing 90 degrees across the current. And we have sort of a channel in the middle of the river here, where the fish usually stands. It's like 2/3 over to the other side, or a little bit more. That's where the fish tend to stay. This is a kind of a classic swinging technique that you cast 90 degrees, and then I like to do what I call a streamer mend, which I just move the running line upstream. And this is like a setup for when the fly is a little bit further downstream. Now it's starting to tighten up, and now I'll just give it a little bit of speed here as the fly is being swung around here, because this is a very slow pool in this water level. If I don't add any speed to it, it's gonna go way slow, and I don't think it's very likely for the fish to take it. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna stand and cast at one place over and over again. I'm gonna be moving. Like between every cast, I'm gonna take some steps. But when I put it out, I'm not fishing it right away. I'm just letting it sink. So I'm doing a light mend and just letting the fly sit until the line tightens up, and then I start to fish the fly. And in this case, I don't leave it just to swing, but I rather retrieve it just a little bit. There is many reasons why you would like to do like a setup of the fly, that you do mend, and what you realize after a while, that's very much like a setup for the fishing. It takes a little bit of time. You delay the swing by mending upstream. In this scenario, I do it to let the fly sink because it's like a deep channel, but it can also be that you don't want to put the fly and the line right on top of the fish. That way they may spook. So by doing this, that you cast across, you give it a little bit of a streamer mend, that I just lift the running line. I don't let the head of the line sit as it is. That way I delay the swing of the fly. If you don't do it, which I very often do as well, just cast out and let it swing. What happens then is that the best part of your swing would be in the beginning. The way that I do here, that I do an upstream mend and let it just be loose first, is that I delay the good part of the drift. You will see that when you've done a lot of streamer fishing in currents, is that the best part is like the first 30% of the swing that you give it. So you want to do that at the place that you think is likely for the fish to be standing. Current is a bit different here, so ooh, that was a take. I don't feel the need to do a mend here. First cast where I didn't do a mend, then I had to take. Gonna do one more cast there. There, fish on. Nice. Now that's sea trout fishing at its best. Oh wow, ice cold. Fishing, a streamer real slow, and we have a fish on. How awesome. These guys are so hungry to take a fly. I think it's very often when you do that, you have a take and you cast again, that you have the same fish coming again for another time. There we go. Ah, nice sea trout. Nice hunt. Here we have it. First sea trout. Here you go. Bye-bye. We do guidings here, and sometimes we do that. We put the guests out on this place, fish like I do, and then go up on a high bank on the other side and just look at the fish, how they behave when the flies come close to them. And one thing we've seen is that if you start hammering the same spot, if the fish doesn't take and you keep casting on them, what they do is that they just get less and less active and just go and stand deeper and deeper, and if you keep casting on them, they might even go away from there. So it's better to just like give them the offer of, here's the fly, take it or leave it. And then you go a little bit, and then you have that you just have that attitude. Here you go, one chance. And again, one chance. Because what happens if you don't have a take? Then probably something is wrong with your approach, how you attack it. So it's better to change something and then go again. So for example, you just try another fly, or that you try to, okay, next time I go through, I'm gonna keep the same fly, I'm gonna keep the same line, leader, everything the same, but my presentation is gonna be different. I let it sink deeper, or again by mending upstream, letting it sink, or I'm gonna retrieve it faster, something, just to do another approach the coming time. If you have, sometimes I change like that during the walkthrough as well, that I try different things. Now I've been doing guiding here all season, so I kind of know, okay, I should do it in sort of this speed, and with these small twitches with this fly, it should work. So I have it in me at the moment. That's the best feeling of when you're really in a couple of days or so into a fishing trip, that you start to get that feeling, you know, or if you've done it many times in the past. I thought if I should continue trying to catch another or not, but I decided to do it just simply to show what an awesome fishing destination this is. Pool is called Armot, the lowest in this river. Yeah, fish on. Ooh, this is good. It's bigger than the others. This is a heavy fish. Oh man, this just stands there. Do I want to see this one? Yes, very much. Yes, I do. Oh wow, this got some weight to it. Those head shakes. Oh, this is a beast. This is a beast. This is a big trout, serious trophy fish. Missed it. I missed it. It was right over the net. If I had help, I would have it done by now. It's so heavy. Oh, it's so heavy. It could be new personal best fish. Oh God. I had it over the net frame. Yeah. I sit low here and hopefully I can get it close without him seeing me. Oh, I'm shaking so much now. This is some serious fishing. World class. Yes! Among my biggest fish of my life. It is huge. Wow. What is going on? Oh, it's so cold. Oh, look at that fish. Look at that fish. Man. Look at that. I don't think it's 80 centimeter. I think it's just below. Measure. I'll give him my measure. Is it? It's freaking close. Swedish measure. It is 80. Icelandic measuring. It's 79. So let's go with 79. This little thing. Incredible trout. And even the sun comes out to greet me with, yeah. To be fair, this is my personal best trout here. Right freaking here. In Sweden, you measure, to the tip of the tail, and here you measure to the middle. And my personal best in Sweden is 79, and this one I measured to 79, but that's like the fork length to the middle of the tail. So this was better. This is longer. How awesome. So much look forward to the day I catch my Icelandic 80 centimeter trout, but wow. Oh, isn't this fish gorgeous? Okay. Oh, it's time to let it go back. There it goes. I'm just speechless about what just happened. It's incredible. I get the biggest trout of my life right here from the camera. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and that you got some useful advice from it. Incredible. As the sun came out, I felt the warmth coming back in my body again. I just had to go out and get another trout. This video was filmed in the middle of October last year, and for this year there is still availability for these weeks. It is an all-inclusive trip with 6 days of fishing where we fish multiple different beats of different rivers. I will be guiding them, and I really hope to see you there. Let me know what you thought about those streamers' advice I gave in this video, and if you have any follow-up questions, you can either reach out in the video comment section or through the contact form on my website, which is a great place to reach out as well if you want to come on a trip.